Hey guys, welcome to Kapow. I'm your man Jeff Underwood, always doing what he does. He's back on his phone right now. J-Dub White, what up, man?
Well, I'm excited that this is election eve, right? And we have a great guest today. But before we get to our guest, we need to talk about our sponsors.
I'm your man Jeff Underwood,
and it's working. Look.
He's back on his phone right now. It was me. You caught me slipping. Usually it's you. That's awesome.
Pastor, just pretend like you're Catholic, throw some more money in the plate, and we'll forgive you for that. So, special thank you to our sponsors, Joey Statham, Copperleaf Properties. If you're buying, if you're selling, if you just want somebody with integrity in the business, it's Joey Statham, because Joey knows real estate. 256-494-7544. Joey Statham, Copperleaf Properties. Also, Twin City Automotive. All the people against the rendering plant know this business well. They sell an amazing... Jeff, tell them about the trucks.
Man, the trucks are legit. There's probably 10. There's lifted trucks, there's squatted trucks, there's low-riding trucks, full-size. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't think I've seen a lineup on a used car dealership like that with used trucks. They're beautiful. Raptor, got a Raptor out there. That's nice. Your kind of money.
Oh man, that's
my
nice.
shell.
That's a real truck right there.
That's right.
Right there by the police station. You cannot miss them. Go see the gang there. Bobby Ledbetter, we appreciate all you do. And finally, Mr. Michael Shell asking for your vote. He is a proud sponsor of Kapow. If you look right over Jeff's left, between Jeff and Mr. Shell, what an amazing sign. If you want one of those autographed to hang over your garage door or whatever, he's got Make Gadsden Grow Again. He's got his Trump thumb up. He's doing the dang thing. Welcome, Mr. Michael Shell.
Well, glad to be here this morning. Good morning, Gadsden. We have an election coming up of historic nature. We've got a chance to turn Gadsden around and make Gadsden grow again. That has been a slogan. You don't know how many times I've said this in 6 months. Let's make Gadsden grow again. This is Michael Shell. I want to be your mayor. Legal. How about Box 2537, Gadsden, Alabama, 35903. Phone or text 25. I could say it in my sleep. I think I do sometimes. But I'm happy to have been out here and spreading our message. Our message is well known. The haters know me very well. I mean, we've had probably 3 bad phone calls. 256 Gadsden is my phone number. Left that out there. Probably 3 that I would call somewhat bad. We've had hundreds, maybe 500 or 600 phone calls and texts at 256 Gadsden, encouraging questions, okay, well, you got my vote. The 2 biggest questions I get, and I didn't mean to start the broadcast out this way, but I think it's interesting. You're wondering, what the hell is he going to say? The 2 biggest questions: am I a Republican? Am I a Christian? Not can I fix the potholes, fix the budget, the 2 number 1 questions, probably 1,000 times. Are you a Republican? Are you a Christian? That says a lot about the people of Gadsden. And by the way, I am a Republican. I'm not sometimes a Democrat, not sometimes an independent, not sometimes. I don't occasionally vote Republican. I am Republican. I've been a Republican since 1980, when I voted for Ronald Reagan before going in the Navy. And I'm proud of that. I have not been proud of it. John McCain might be the least one that I've never liked. Voted for him, over the competition we had at the time. But I just mentioned that because there's one candidate that sit in this seat, by the way, that, well, I'm basically whatever you think I want to be. What you want me to be, that's what I am. I am this. If you say I am, okay, I'm that. Well, I'm not. I am a Republican because Republican concepts matter. We've never had a Republican mayor or councilman in Gadsden that I could find any reference to in the last 50 years. Republican concepts work. You can tell that we've got, you can tell our city is not working. And just throw this out real quick. In the 2020 election with President Trump, Biden got 2,000 votes in Gadsden. President Trump received about 7,000 votes. So by the electorate, by the people that vote in Gadsden, we are a Republican city. But our government does not reflect that at all.
Boy, does it not. Well stated. Well stated. So, make Gadsden grow again. That's been your slogan forever. I mean, when you started campaigning years and years ago for the mayor of the city of Gadsden. I mean, you've been on the scene for a minute, right? I mean, you've been around for a while and pushing that narrative, and we've been looking at the numbers, and you're right. City of Gadsden's declining. It's declining population-wise. It's declining with jobs. And part of your 10-point plan is bring jobs back, and guess what follows jobs? People, right? So talk to us a little bit before we get into some stuff, because we want to talk about that mantra. I think it's a great mantra, make Gadsden grow again. What is part of your plan that's going to make Gadsden grow again with jobs and then maybe move to residents?
Well, eliminating the 2% employment tax is number one on my plan, and it's number one for a reason. It resonates, and I don't want to necessarily go down all these points. We'll hit them just briefly, in a 2-minute segment or less. But the 2% employment tax tells you a lot about a city. Well, both of y'all are employees, I guess. Okay, so you're not self-employed is what I'm getting at. So be a millionaire, and you're in Chattanooga, and you want to come and possibly relocate your business in Gadsden. You've got maybe a multi-million-dollar business, so maybe you write yourself a check of at least $200,000, maybe $300 or $400, and you're the business owner. You're not doing that in Chattanooga right now, and you're considering moving to Gadsden, and you're going to have to give 2% of your check to the city just for coming here. It ain't happening. It ain't, and it really ain't happening. Did I say that? It ain't happening. We ain't growing. We're not going to grow with the same type of people, the same type of thinking, the same type of people that contributed to or created our problems. We don't need to reelect anybody in this Gadsden election. 0. 2 terms is enough for anybody. The 2% tax needs to be eliminated because it punishes the poor the most. Now, one of my fans even now agree with this. Heather says she wants to eliminate the tax for the citizens of Gadsden, not everybody that works in Gadsden. That's your choice. If you think she could do it, you vote for Heather. I'm telling you to vote for Shell because it has been. My points, it's really simple. I didn't come up with all these points on my own. I simplified the wording and even had some help on that to make it to short bullet points. These points come from the people of Gadsden. I've talked to people, like you said, I run first in 2014. I was going to run in 2018, and I did. Filed at 4 o'clock on Friday. You had to have the document at that time. Unlike this election, you had 5 days to send in your financial document. Simultaneously was the word they used 4 years ago. You had to send it in the very minute that you signed up, which was stupid, and that's the reason they changed it to 5 days. But anyway, that was my disqualifying offense. This application, by the way, it's like if you've applied for a mortgage or done a mortgage application, it's that detailed. The only difference, if you falsify the information, you can go to jail. So you don't want to do that swiftly. Sure. So that was it. And, of course, we come up to here. And, by the way, we do not hate anybody. Do we like some people better than others? Naturally, we do. But the doctor is running. I have not met the doctor. I may sometime we will. He doesn't like talking to people. That's he mass communicating. How about that? He likes talking to people one-on-one. So that's it. Whatever that is. We got Worthy. Worthy's not worthy. I've heard that said a few times here lately. I'm not. I guess I am saying it. I just said it, didn't I? Worthy's okay, but Avery. I like Avery. But you mean to tell me that somebody that has been in the government for 24 years, I mean, I'm almost like Biden. You know, I've been here 24 years as councilman. Now I'm really going to fix the city. And I love you, Robert. Yeah, we disagree politically, but I mean, if you sell that, you've really outdone everybody in this race because 24 years as a councilman. And all those years you were there, we've declined every year, like you was mentioning on the population numbers. I don't know. I'm happy. I'm still half asleep this morning. Y'all do this too early for me, but I'm happy to be here. I just get this out of the way. KPOW has really done a valuable service to educate the people of Gadsden and Etowah County of what goes on around here. Y'all really fill a void. We just got to get you a transmitter so we can extend your reach a little better.
That'd be fun.
I agree. We do it early in the morning because when he wakes up, you just don't tell him what's going to come out of his mouth.
That's true.
So we just got to do it early. So it's fair, right? Jerry, not Jerry, Michael, you had talked about some phone calls that you had, some interesting phone calls. Apparently, you're making some people nervous, right? I mean, because if you're getting some of these phone calls that are, well, I'm going to let you talk about that a little bit. We had talked about it. Jerry's got something that you want him to play, and I think it's important.
The two don't go hand to hand, though.
Well, I mean, they're watching him. He's got some phone calls.
True.
Oh, let's talk about it.
You're making some people nervous.
Michael Wildman. Anybody ever heard of Michael Wildman?
I have.
Okay, you have the opposition group.
Oh, yes.
I've known Michael for at least 8 years or so, maybe a little longer. He's called me 3 or 4 times, and for full disclosure, he's a retired Navy officer. So I told him our talks were top secret, but I'll tell you why I'm declassifying these talks. We've talked on the phone 2 or 3 times, and he was really concerned. Brian is not helping you with your campaign. He's really not doing you any service. I said, okay. First off, Brian Butcher, many of y'all know him. You've met him. You've seen his page, the new mayor of Gadsden. You've seen his videos, California-style videos for sure. And isn't that cool? Brian has only lived in Gadsden for about 3 years. And he's up to speed as good as anybody in Gadsden for the details of how he understands what the Good Old Boy Network is. He did not know what that was when we started, back in January, when I'd met him and he started helping. Oh, back to Wildman. So we had a few talks. Thursday or Friday, Wildman had called me and had a couple of missed calls because I leave the phone in the truck when I'm campaigning. I'm not going to answer the phone when I'm talking to you or anybody else. I do return phone calls, as everybody knows. 256 Gadsden for the phone, by the way. So Wildman calls me. I call him back. He says, hang on just a minute. So he hooks me up on a 3-way call that I did not know was happening at the time to Christy Knowles. I said, well, hello, Christy. How you doing? Oh, we're concerned about some of Brian's activities. Your boy is what Wildman said. Your boy. I said, what? My boy. Brian is just an individual. In case you didn't know that, we do have individual rights in the U.S. of A. And being a military guy, that just Wildman, you're something else. We'll have a good talk one day. So anyway, they commits to. Well, I think Brian has created a fake profile, like no Democrat has ever done that. I think he's created a different page that he's exposing documents. In whatever the page we was looking at, the infos, Gadsden info something, that was where the document was we was talking about. I don't even remember the name of it, 'cause I don't do the group think. I don't need groups. I'm my own individual. I stand on my own 2 feet. Very well, I might add. I don't tip over like Biden does. I don't need a cane yet. Maybe one of these days. I can ride a bicycle. I haven't done it lately. Oh, my goodness. It's been a great time. But these people, the opposition group, give Heather, I believe, $18,000, $20,000 for their campaign. Wildman invited Heather on his program. I've known Wildman for 7 or 8 years. He has told me in the past, he's a dedicated Republican. I'll give him a rhino label at best. He's probably a Democrat wearing a rhino label, in my humble opinion, because Heather's no Republican. So we can surmise from this election, we've got all the different candidates. There's only one that really cares about you. I've been self-funded except for 3 modest donations. Twin City Auto, you heard the commercial earlier, $1,000 check. $100 check and a $50 bill. That's because I haven't really asked for money. Now, I've spent some money. We spent well over $10,000 personally to get our message out. And I'm proud. We have not been able to talk to everybody. There's 35,000 people in Gadsden. No candidate has talked to everybody. We've talked to 3,000 or 4,000 at least personally, one-on-one. We've got our message out. I've been encouraged by how many people have shared my message. Not just sharing Facebook shares, but I'm talking about speaking and sharing my message, because making Gadsden grow again is a Trump-inspired slogan. Most people would think that. The funniest 2 questions I've gotten, the one particular, are you a Republican? Make Gadsden grow again. It would seem like that would be automatic that somebody would understand that. But the 2 biggest questions, are you a Christian? Are you a Republican? Hands down. That says a lot about our citizens, and I'm just proud to be in this election. I'm proud that we can make Gadsden grow again because we've got less than 24 hours. It's right now almost 10 till 8. So we've got 23 hours when the polls open up. It's supposed to be raining tomorrow. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, 50% chance. There's a 50% chance a lot of people are not going to be in a runoff. I don't need to be in a runoff. We've had enough Republicans in Gadsden with the numbers I mentioned earlier. We can make Gadsden grow again, but I can't do it without you. We've got to have your help, which we've had. We've had your support. Now we need your vote on the 23rd of August. We can win this race, hands down, without a runoff. I really believe that. If we're in a runoff, then I'll come back and say, vote for me again. This is as laid back as I've ever seen Jerry. I mean, I have never been around him that there was a 5-second pause. I mean, that's
well. I told you that the today's show was going to be about you pontificating on why you should be mayor of Gadsden. So I'm trying to stay out of the light. I'm trying to let you get your word out there and earn the title of mayor of Gadsden.
You're mighty kind. I want to mention another radio station. I don't know if you got to hear Fred Zachary.
Yeah,
I was on his show a couple of times. Fred is really a nice, and as far as I know, I don't recall asking him specifically. I believe he's a dedicated Democrat.
No question.
As much as I am a dedicated Republican.
No question.
But we sit down close as me and Jeff right here, did the broadcast and had fun doing it. Mm-hmm. And he was honest with me. I don't believe he lied about anything he said, and I clearly did not. And that's what we need more of.
Adults, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh my!
Concept.
We've got
novel
to.
Concept.
And we've had so many people. I've had a dozen people say, "Well, I don't need your 10-point plan. I already know what you think." Well, that's fine. Most people look at my 10-point plan, and now on Facebook, if you look into Shell can't do this. Oh, he don't even know how to spell. What did I spell? Ordance, ORDANCE. Somebody mistyped that. I left it there purposely because these spelling Nazis, it drives them crazy. So it's
not true.
Well, details matter. So that's especially in biblical things. We want to be sure we get things right.
Depends on which church you go to.
Boy. That's another podcast. But sorry.
But I've really enjoyed this. I'm not doing it again. So I've had 3 people ask, "Are you going to run again?" No, I'm done. I'm 61. I have gotten my message out thanks to all the help we've had from so many people. Better if you do not believe that we need to make Gadsden grow again, that's your problem. If you do not think I can make Gadsden grow again, I guess that's your problem too. I know I can. This is not rocket science. You treat people right. You do common sense things. You run the city like it's a business. We can make Gadsden grow. Just don't turn anybody away. There's so many businesses that's wanted to be in Gadsden that they've just, no, we don't want you. Michelle made me listen to Heather's video last night, her latest edited video. Mm-hmm. It helped because I went to sleep fast. But the video that she's got, she says, well, we need to kind of pick and choose what business. I'm paraphrasing, it's not her exact words, but we need to pick and choose what businesses we have in Gadsden. Well, short of a rendering plant, we want every business. I would still love to see Gadsden be the mattress capital of the world, just to piss off the people that don't like mattress stores for one reason, but it's business. I mean, some mattresses today are upwards of $5,000. Mine was like $399. I mean, I'm not in that $5,000 bracket for a mattress. And I'm not home to sleep in it most of the time, being a truck driver in a truck. Do have a memory foam bed in the truck. Mattresses would be great. It doesn't matter what the product is. We've got to have manufacturing and jobs. We've got to treat people right, and we can treat people right. I mentioned Fred Zachary, basically a black radio station. We've got much black support. Many of the black people this message, it's funny, I've had 5 or 10 black people, well, these are Democrat ideas. I like your plan. Well, I'll be like Heather. If you think I'm a Democrat, then vote for me. But I am not a Democrat. I am a Republican, 100%. But we need unity in our government. You'd expect that to be a little bit, but just in our community. And we've got more than most people realize. We don't have any bad sections of Gadsden. You're going to disagree with me, maybe, Jeff. But, I've been to Baltimore. I've been to New York City. I've been to Chicago. Been to Detroit. We don't have any bad sections of Gadsden. We really don't.
Compared to that.
To real problem areas. I mean, to war zone type areas.
Yes.
I wouldn't feel safe in Detroit with an M16. I mean, it's a mess.
Let me correct you there. I love Gadsden so much. I moved as close as I could get to Gadsden without being in the city limits. I'm from East Gadsden. I feel like I could walk through East Gadsden any day of the week. I've never said there's a bad section of Gadsden, but I do think there's some heavily neglected areas in Gadsden that the city government has forgotten.
My East Broad. Look at the millions that's been spent on 6 blocks of Broad Street, and then you cross our antique bridge and look at the difference over there.
I hate crossing that bridge now. It's getting as bad as South 11th, really. I mean, it can't drive my darn truck. I'd get on alignment every time I go over that stupid bridge.
Built in about 31, I believe, in 1931.
But they'll block that mug off to drink some wine on top of that mug.
You
been to that? Sips and sunsets?
I work.
I'll be back in just a minute. I'm gonna go get Jerry a Red Bull.
Anybody from East Gadsden have been to that?
You have Ripple served there? Maybe.
Man, Ripple, Mad Dog 2020.
Now we're talking.
What's that one you used to drink?
Thunderbird.
Oh. What's the word? What's that price?
$5 twice.
There you go.
Sorry.
We appreciate everybody listening. Now Jerry's going to pop up. So go right ahead. We do appreciate everybody being here.
That's got me wrong.
Long Island iced tea.
Oh.
That makes it.
Dos, por favor. Why 2-year term? I mean, why 2 term?
It's enough.
2-term limit.
Yeah, 2-term limits.
Yeah.
Some people.
Thank you, Brian, for the question.
Reggie
Davis is watching.
There is most professional politicians will answer this question and say, "Well, I'm not for term limits personally." Now that's always a professional politician, but really, there's term limits every election. Well, incumbency is about 90%. Whoever is in office, is that pretty close? 89, 91?
I would think, yeah.
It's right at 90%. If you're in office, you're going to get reelected unless you just screw up terribly bad. Lynn Cheney just learned that a few days ago. Thankfully, thank you, Wyoming. But when you're in office, you should. If you can't get something done in 8 years, you got a problem. In the military, and I've talked to many commanders. I've experienced it personally when I was in the Navy. 3 years, 5 at the tops is the longest any commander stays in charge of a ship, boat, base, anything with the military. There's always change. Usually 2 to 3 years is average. But, budget-wise, there's been some budget cuts from time to time. So it's been extended up to 5 years. So if the military can run and function as well as it does with a change of command every 2 or 3 years, we need that in every level of government. Professional politicians cheat, lie, and steal, in my humble opinion, because they get so ingrained in the details. This is the process. This is the way we do it. I was kind of imitating Ben Reed there, but maybe it wasn't good.
Careful.
Ben is big on the process. I'm with the process.
You ask and I'll put it up.
I'm going to read this question by Reggie Davis. My guy. Why do you keep mentioning political parties? There are no Democrats or Republican boxes on the ballot. Go into that, please.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Reggie. Are you a Republican or Democrat, Reggie? I'm still not sure.
I'm going to label Reggie as Pure City of Gadsden. That's how I label Reggie.
Party, that'll be him.
Yeah, if that was the party.
He's the Gadsden party.
He would be.
City, yeah.
He would be,
Sure.
yeah.
Well, we've got people listening from Gadsden, Alabama to Gadsden, Arizona, from Birmingham, Alabama to Birmingham, England. So we want to put Gadsden on the map. We can't do it with the same type of people. I just said this earlier. We cannot do it with the same type of people or same type of thinking. We've never had a Republican mayor in Gadsden. Did you hear that earlier, Reggie? I'll say it again. We've never had a Republican mayor or councilman in Gadsden, to my knowledge, in the last 50 years. How's those Democrats doing for you? No, that's why. It's nonpartisan because Democrats have been in charge of the election. You had Heather sitting right here. If you think I'm a Republican, that's fine. If you think I'm a Democrat, that's fine. Just vote for me. How's that doing, Reggie?
Well, I've always and I'm kind of in the minority where this goes is because, yes, we know in municipality elections that there's no box for this or box for that, but how you how you have voted in the past, your ideology, those kind of things matter to me.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat or you're labeled this or that, but I think if you're asking to sit in the big chair in the city of Gadsden, right? I think that people should know your thoughts on politics, your thoughts on everything to do with the city, and your ideology matters. Call it Republican, call it Democrat.
Party affiliation
call it Baptist,
is the
call it
least
the
you should
Nazarene.
know. The very minimum.
It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but
The Baptist Party, I like that.
yeah. Well, I'm not going to ever vote for someone just because they say they're Republican. I'm so cynical. I look both ways on a one-way street. I trust nothing or no one these days, right? So I'm never going to vote for someone just because you say you're a Republican, just because Heather says she's a Republican
what
or
does she-
Democrat, whatever label that she put. That's just me.
And I have voted Republican consistently since 1980. I can't think of a Democrat I'd vote for. Now Zachary, maybe if the Republican was so bad, I might vote for Fred Zachary. I like him. He cares about Gadsden. I mean, I was really impressed with him. And I think we find some common ground, and we've got to.
I remember his dad, Floyd, radio legend. You did it for a long time.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. It's he comes from good lineage, man. It's good people over there for sure.
He's a conversationalist. I mean, he has no. I've got little cheat sheet, nothing big here, but he goes on the radio with no notes and shares his heart, and his mind, and that's what we need. I've always enjoyed radio. I mean, I've got a face for radio, so I've always enjoyed radio. I'd rather look at the camera than look at Jerry, but anyway, y'all. Hope this is halfway entertaining. One thing I decided many years ago: if I ever get to be on the radio, I don't want to be a boring politician. Because how many boring politicians do you hear?
Well, say you are elected, Michael Shell.
Tomorrow when I am elected, is that what you mean to say?
Well, I can't vote for you because we'll
put a drop box.
I'm politically tied to Joe Taylor.
Okay, Joe.
So say that happens. Congratulations, Michael Shell. How are you going to bring everyone together? Because that's what really matters.
I'm not.
Republican,
and
Democrat.
I'm not. No, we've never been together.
Isn't that a problem?
No.
It's not a problem?
We've lived in over 200 years and we've not been together, north and south, east and west. I've traveled all 50 states. We're not together.
Puerto Rico
we can't
and
even
Canada.
be together on the lottery. The lottery's a legal product in 45 states, and yet we don't have a lottery
But let's
ticket.
focus on what you can control. In the city of Gadsden, how do you bring Gadsden together and make it better than it is now?
I'm not the pastor of Gadsden. I'm going to be the mayor of Gadsden. We need pastors, churches, not criticizing you or not criticizing any pastor.
I get criticized all the time. I'm good.
Mostly by me.
But, we haven't said, let's give Jesus a commercial. So I've done that quite often during the campaign. Being a Christian matters. We were not always Christians. I become a Christian in 82. When that happened, I got a different GPS. Now, granted, it took a little while to download some things. But when you are a Christian, you live differently. You act differently. We even talk slightly differently most of the time. I was a sailor, so I can cuss like a sailor sometimes when it's appropriate, in my judgment. But I don't know that we've ever really been. People have lost respect. We've really stepped into a me generation the last 15, 20, 25 years. I notice it driving. I mean, these new cars, the Hondas, 0 to 60 in 6 seconds?
That's all you need.
Well,
come see me at Tamron.
Free commercial for Tamron Honda. Speed kills. 36,000 people a year die in car accidents. Most of them was not because they were going too slow. Speed does kill. You could do 100 miles an hour. You're going to get a ticket. You're probably going to go to jail. But it's not necessarily unsafe to drive fast, but that needs to be in a controlled area, not on the roads in Alabama, I-59, especially as rough as the roads are, and then the way people drive. Safety and unity. Safety, I can help a little bit. Unity, people have got to join in. I can't make people, just like being a Christian. We can't force people to be a Christian. You've got to choose to accept Jesus. So unity, I think we're more unified in a lot of ways than we've ever been. I had one girl call me a racist the other day just because I support Trump. She didn't even really know me. I've seen your page. I see Trump's picture there. Yes, ma'am. I'm proud Trump's picture is on my page. Seen him a couple of times, Chattanooga and Macon, Georgia. Trump will be our president again. I think he already was previously. Just 2,000 Mules, the movie, shows a lot of the details there, how there was a lot of interesting aspects to that election.
Okay, now let's go back to my real question, because you politicked your way out of it. Back to when elected, and if you get that, if you think that being mayor doesn't come with the obligation to be a leader, and leaders unite people, 100%, that is a fact. So if you think differently, now's your chance, because I think we got on the side road that I'm not sure you can turn the truck around on.
No, we're going straight. A leader leads. Mm-hmm. People choose to follow. I can't make anybody vote for me tomorrow. They're going to choose to vote for Michael Shellmayer. Unity is, you see unity in small segments. Look at any given church in Etowah County, Gadsden. Mm-hmm. You could have 100 people in the church. There's still some discord. You could have 25 people in the church. There's still some discord. The devil's everywhere. The unity is kind of a buzzword that gets overused, in my opinion. We can be unified, and somebody's dragging their feet.
I'm going to help you.
Okay,
I'm going to help you.
Okay, help me.
We're going to move on to the next topic, because I don't think you're helping yourself with this one.
Let's just say one other more thing. Unity is important. I want that. Mm-hmm. When people are working, when there's jobs, when the economy's growing, there will be more unity. When we're building houses and construction people can work and build houses, electricians can wire them, sheetrock, plumbing. When people are working, they're more unified. And that's what you were thinking of, is how we're going to unify. We're going to unify by production. Ronald Reagan said it best. A job is the best social program ever created. We need people working because work is good.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't disagree.
Did I improve a little bit there? Is that what you?
I don't disagree with that.
Why would people are watching, people are blowing up the comments? Go back. That way you can answer some of these offline.
Oh, sure. We'll be glad to try to.
Yeah, because you're going to.
We'll answer those next week.
So why would people after tomorrow? You may have to stay up late tonight answering these. Why would people vote? Look at the microphone and say, hey, bring us back.
I'm fine.
Why would people vote for Michael Shell? Tell them right now, what's the difference between Thomas Worthy, Bunchy,
yes,
Craig Ford, Heather New, Dr. Jacobs, and Robert Avery? What causes you to stand out apart from those folks?
Excellent question, Jeff. I appreciate that. All these people are good people. What makes me stand out is I'm unique with my perspective. Being a truck driver, some people have called me a dumb truck driver. You think I've never heard that? You need to thank a truck driver, because everything you're looking at in this video got here by a truck. Every one of these books got here by a truck. Everything doesn't matter if it was on a plane, train, or ship. It gets to you by a truck. And so far, the autonomous trucks are not doing great, so we're going to need truck drivers. We've got many people supporting me because they know I'm a Christian. They know I'm a lifelong Republican. Wildman, let's go back to him for a minute. A couple of months ago, first Friday, me and Wildman had been talking for 30 minutes. He was trying to tell me how it's a nonpartisan election. Party doesn't matter. You heard Heather sit here and say, I'm really frustrated that we're talking party in a nonpartisan election. Well, I'm not. I enjoy talking party. I have been more proud of the Republican Party in the last 6-7 years with President Trump than I ever have since Reagan. So if you can't be proud to be a Republican today, I'm going to say this again. If you cannot be proud to be a Republican today, you're probably not a Republican, because we've got more unity in the Republican Party than we've ever had. Maybe that's what Jerry was trying to say, how we're going to get unity. We're going to have differences. The differences are more stark against Democrats and Republicans than we've ever had. The unity comes, we're not sheep, but yet we are sheep to some degree. We follow certain leaders, certain directions.
I agree that we are sheep, a lot of us. Yeah. One person says jump, you say how high. So I think a lot of, I don't know. We all follow ideologues and ideals and things like that. So the people that, some of you are frustrated on here, some of you are happy on here. I mean, it just kind of goes, but that's the way it is with politics, the way it is with church. Thank you, sir. Some people are happy, some people get sad, some people get mad. Unfortunately, I can't, Ashley. Thank you. But anyway, I think it's important that we talk to both sides, whether you're Republican, whether there's several sides,
yes,
or independents. And so I think it's important that we say, hey, this is what I stand for. I'm going to bring jobs to Gadsden. What else would be something that people would say, you know what, I like that idea. He wants to make Gadsden grow, bring jobs to Gadsden. But what's one other thing that you could say, hey, you know what, I think this is important to the residents of the city of Gadsden and even the surrounding areas, because there's a lot of people moving out of Gadsden to Rainbow City or the county in Etowah County or Rainbow or Southside, whatever. They're moving away. So what's going to be something that says, I want to go back? Michael Shell's mayor, I want to go back to Gadsden.
Good. See, that in itself. Michael Shell's mayor, I want to go back to Gadsden. That's it right there. That's my answer.
Well,
no.
Well, okay.
With your help, support, and vote tomorrow. We've got so many good people in Gadsden. I've talked to thousands of you. And I said this, I think, when I was on here before, because I've said it almost daily. Gadsden is as good as it is because of the people, not because of the city government. It's time to have a government that reflects the people. And that's what's been missing all these years. Some of the Democrats are really fired. I've had some people comment, in the past, I wanted to have 7 Republican councilmen. We've got 4. Let's highlight them. Luther Abel. Woodard. I'm not going to say Woodard's first name, just Woodard. Because you'll understand. District 2 for Woodard. District 4, Abel. Kelton. District 7, Ricky Leith. District 6. 4 Republicans. Historically, this has never happened before. I wanted 7, yes, but 4 works. We can get things done. We will get things done with Michael Shell Mayor and our 4 Republican councilmen because they share the views that I've outlined in my 10-point plan, and others. They have common sense. We don't have common sense in our government right now in any aspect. We're not going to talk about all the... I've got plenty of videos. You just Google Michael Shell Mayor. We've talked trash. We've talked everything else. So we're trying to do something a little different today. I don't know how well we've done. I'll find out.
Danny Starnes wants to know, what is your plan for the IDA or the GAA?
Eliminate both of them. We're going to go to a manager system instead of a board system. Board meetings. We don't have board meetings right here. These meetings are always great, lively. This is. I'm glad you got some more coffee.
You don't
by
know
the
what
way.
to expect with this. Usually we put the coffee there. We just forgot because we started talking beforehand.
But we managers. I'll give Aldi. Aldi's not a sponsor, but let's bring in Aldi for just a minute. Aldi is my business model for running the city. They run that entire grocery store with 3 or 4 people. Everybody in the store does every job. From receiving the truck, stocking the shelves, mopping the floors, cleaning the toilets, running the cash register. They do wash their hands after they clean the toilet before they go to the cash register.
I thought I read that on your plan.
I'm sure that's company policy. If it's not, we're not going to make any laws. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. 3 or 4 people run the entire. They work together. That's unity. Maybe that's what you were talking about. Unity.
I was talking about leadership, really.
Okay, we'll come back to unity then. But Aldi is going to be our model for the city. We need. What about a trash truck driver that can do office work? What about an office worker that can drive a trash truck? Never happened before. We need to diversify our workforce. Maybe I'm just missing what we're saying on unity. I mean, are you saying everybody in our city is going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya?
The Democratic Party did that. Yeah, they did that with Jeffrey Washington and. They did that. You missed that one, Michael. It was a great video.
Okay. Well, being a truck driver, I listen more than I watch because I listen to a lot of radio, and I hope we haven't been too boring today. But unity, we love unity. We want to be unified.
Last question.
Yeah.
Another question. We love keep these questions coming. We don't mind questions.
Right,
People have said, I want to walk away from questions.
Let me go back
I've not
to this,
walked away from any questions.
Let me go back to Ashley Langdale.
Hello, Ashley.
How do you feel about the Civil Service Board?
Board. Last word. Board. We don't need boards, period. We do not need boards. If the Civil Service Board functions properly, we've got the unionized concept in government. Even though we're a right-to-work state, we've got union representation. I don't know how many union-paying members we have in Gadsden, probably 2. But it's most people just enjoy doing their job and going home. I was part of the Teamsters for 2 years in Virginia. When I got out of the Navy, I worked for UPS. I had enough union to last me a lifetime. So not only am I not a union member, it took me, I'm 61, it took me a long time to figure out the problem with unions. They always want more money for less work. They never, ever want more money for more work. You cannot run a business that way.
So, also, Ashley Langdale, how do you feel about the finance director? Did you say she runs the city? I saw a video that was put out.
I've seen it.
She don't have.
Somebody.
She doesn't have time to redo the bond paperwork. I apologize. I'm screwing that up. I'm sure, but I read this video at a city council meeting.
Which one?
Recently?
The video was just recent. I don't know when
really?
that actually was. I just saw the video recently.
Miss Rosser has done a pretty good job, far as I know. I don't trust anything in this city. We need to have a complete audit of our finances independently. You look at the audited budget now. This is a big deal. The last page of the audited budget is like 232. There's a disclaimer in there that no account with less than $750,000 in it has been considered or looked at in this audit. Now, do we have one account with $750,000 or do we have 50 accounts? We don't know. Because everything is so hidden. We're going to be more transparent. We are going to have a complete independent audit of our finances. You know, we talked today, I remember you were kind of shocked last time at debt. I'm still not 100% sure on debt. We may have debts, loans, obligations in the neighborhood of $150 million. $150 million.
Well, it's the first time
I don't know.
It's the first time since 2006 that the city of Gadsden has had a surplus of money. A modest amount. But the previous administration, they were in the red every single year after the first term of his mayor, his first term. So that is true. And,
okay.
Rosser, a lot of you people don't like her, but she has a committee that helps her, that looks at the finances. Now, she, again, is in charge of those things. I do think there needs to be oversight, like you said. I think there needs to be a team of people that go in and say, one person's not going to do the books. Everybody's going to look at it. We have some of the city council people that serve on there that chair that committee. I think Deverick chaired that committee.
I think so, yeah.
The finance committee.
I think yeah.
Williams, yes.
So I think it's important, and you said a key word, and I think you people need to listen, especially you other 6 that are running for mayor, independent audit. I think it's important that you do when we came in here, when I took this church over 11 years ago, first thing we did, we started diving into the finances, and guess what we found?
Yep.
We didn't have the money that people said we had. And
right.
and now we've got a team of people that works together to make sure that we stay above board on everything. So,
accountability is not a bad word.
Yep.
I think
it's
you have to. You trust but verify.
Reagan term, I like that.
Trust but verify. What else are you going on?
There's a lot of people jumping. Michael, you're going to have a time going back and just
answering
questions because there's so many questions.
Have we got unity among us this morning?
Well, shoot, yeah.
I don't know what I've missed on the unity. I really, that frustrates me because I
move on, Michael.
It's too early. It's too early in the morning. I am almost finished with my coffee.
That's part of the problem.
We want unity at the polls tomorrow. Vote Shell. We want unity right there.
Look at you being
together. We can make Gadsden grow again.
What's a couple hot topics we need to talk about? The airport.
Oh, yeah.
Airport's obviously
let's make Gadsden fly again. We had connecting flights back in the 90s. We've had connecting flights. We can have connecting flights again. That is one of the keys to our growth. That's the main reason I didn't want the rendering plant at the airport. When you open the hatch and then you smell all the chicken, yes, you don't need that at the end of our runway.
I can't argue that statement.
And But, some people say, well, our airport is too close to Birmingham. We can't have connected. I said, well, no. You'd be shocked how many people. Robert Avery just had an event this weekend with Beyonce's dad, I believe. Knowles, I think is the guy's name.
Really?
He flew from L.A. to Birmingham and then had to drive from Birmingham up to here to do that event. He was here for, maybe a day. Had to turn around, drive back to Birmingham, get on a plane, and go back to L.A.
So take a pause real quick. Robert Avery had an event with Beyonce Knowles' dad.
Does that surprise you? You know who he is?
But Robert did not invite us.
Intentionally, you're a Republican.
Okay. Fair point. Continue.
He was pretty. It was at Gadsden High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Does he sing?
Nobody would think that I'm supporting Robert Avery for mayor. Just put a big statement out here because I am not. I've known Robert since 1978 when I worked at the newspaper taking pictures, with the black problem, the marches, all we had back then. And I got to like him even back then. He was you can't help but like him with the smile he's got. But we disagree politically on practically everything. But maybe that's some of the unity you're talking about. We disagree with political ideas, but we still are unified as citizens. We're going to get to this unity before we finish this program.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there. That's really what everybody's talking about. It's okay to disagree.
Yes,
but come together as citizens. That's what
Robert
I'm trying to get out in there.
Robert has never called me a racist. I have never called him a racist. We love and respect each other.
Sure.
We disagree. That's
okay.
What's missing.
So a couple quick points here.
Connecting flights is a must to make Gadsden grow again.
All right, so let's talk about the wages for firemen and police. And I know that that's all the talk. And I read a post yesterday, I don't know what site I was on. Not just police, not just fire, grossly underpaid in my opinion, but the city employee workers as well. They tend to get left out, I think, in all this. Just fire, just police, and we need to raise that pay because, you may not think much about it now, but if you call 911, you need their help. It matters, right?
Sure.
Do I want somebody that's going to give me their full effort and trained up to a $25 an hour? Or do I want a $10 an hour guy? I get there when I get there. Let me run through, get my coffee, and that kind of things matters. But with that, the city employees as well, I think they're underpaid as well.
$15 an hour is going to be the minimum pay for any city employee. If they work 10 hours a week or they work 40, it doesn't matter. $15 an hour. In today's economy, it's sad that some people at McDonald's, and I'm drinking McDonald's coffee.
They're not a sponsor of this program.
Not yet, but you can be.
I'm going to blur that out later.
Put Starbucks over Jason Dodd. Picture Jason Dodd's face.
But in today's economy, there's people at McDonald's that are making more than some city employees.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
Sure.
As far as fire pay, police pay, we're going to look at all of it. We're going to get their pay up to $20, $22 an hour for the top pay. We've got so many things to look at. We don't even know what the real budget is, like Jeff just talked about.
Yeah.
We've got what's presented to us, but we don't know if it's true or not. Just because something is stated by this mayor and council doesn't mean it's true.
I don't disagree with that. I guess trust but verify, right?
Yes, sir.
I think you got to do that one every
So what do you feel about Joe Taylor and him?
Did you say Tater?
I did say Tater. Joe Taylor.
Mayor Tater.
Joe Taylor and his.
He's a good mayor for Rainbow City.
Very good, right?
No doubt, sure.
Very good. So obviously, if you're a football coach, right? You're a college football coach. You look to the best of the best. You look to see what Nick Saban's doing, how he runs his program. How are you going to? Because one, just don't simply I apply for a job at mayor, you're elected, go get them. You obviously there's a learning process. How do I do the job? What can I do? What's legal? What's not legal? How do I do those things? Who are some of the people you were going to look to and call on to understand how to become a mayor?
We will talk with Joe specifically. He's an Army guy, so we've got a little connection there militarily.
Military, huh? Yeah.
Always, we took an oath to serve and defend against enemies, foreign and domestic.
Sure.
He's never rescinded his oath. I have not. I don't know of anybody that has. So we're going to defend but he is mayor of Rainbow City. I will be mayor of Gadsden. I'm not looking to be sheriff. I'm not looking to be school principal. I'm not looking to be college president. Each different mayor of each municipality locally will run their city as they choose, and I will do likewise. I don't have a huge plan to work with all the cities because we've got so many problems in Gadsden. We need to focus on Gadsden and put Gadsden first.
Absolutely.
That has not happened for my lifetime.
Your job, if mayor, is to do what's best for the city of Gadsden.
But will we try to hold hands, shake hands, and do modest things with our neighbors? Of course we will.
Well, you want to be a good
modest.
neighbor.
It doesn't have to be money a lot of times. Maybe it's just agreement in simple things. Maybe that's the unity you was looking for. I still don't know what we're on the unity, but
it's better that you get off of it and move on.
I'm trying to catch. There's a comment I saw or a question that I thought was a good one that I can't find.
Well, let me just mention real quick.
Keep going, yeah.
If you would like to learn more, maybe today is the first time you've seen Michael Shell. You've heard that dumb truck driver is running for mayor. Well,
I said that one time. Why you gotta hold it against me?
That's where it come from. Well, YouTube, I've got over 100 videos. No candidate has tried to get their message out more than I have and communicated better than I have. Over 100 videos I've done this year talking about different topics. You'll see videos I've done in Kansas because did a run all year this year up until the end of July from Chattanooga to Kansas, Liberal, Kansas. Liberal, which is actually very conservative and liberal, but that's the name of the town. We have done well at getting our message out. And my message is simple. 4 words. I'm going to use Heather's, platform. If you think this is good, growth, then it's good. If you don't think it's good, vote for me anyway. It's still good. Oh my goodness. Growth does not hurt anybody. If you don't, I think I started out the program. When I was born in 61, Gadsden had 55,000 people. Now we've got less than 35,000. A first grader could understand that math. Third for sure, 20,000 less people. That's 20,000 less cups of coffee. That's 20,000 less cell phones, computers, everything. 20,000 people Gadsden would not be doing as well as we are if it was not for surrounding cities and surrounding counties. And we thank everybody for shopping, working, and participating in Gadsden. And we're going to reward you by giving 2% of your check back to you when we eliminate this tax. The attitude is going to change with Michael Shell Mayor.
Can I get my 2% back?
Yeah, we're just not going to take it forward. You're not getting a refund. But no, talk to somebody else about that.
Get a refund. Always.
Yeah. But we're looking forward to doing this job. When I finish being mayor, and somebody want me to be finished today, I know. But when I get elected tomorrow, and when I become your mayor, I want to do the job, and I'm going to go back to truck driving when I finish I have no political aspirations, zero. The only thing I'm here for is to make Gadsden grow again. We'll find out tomorrow if I win. I'm confident we're going to win because people have supported me in so many ways. Many people in Gadsden, and if the other folks don't know this, many people do not have a sign up in their yard that support me. Say, I don't want to tell nobody. We're going to support you. We're going to tell a few people about you. We're going to vote for you. Well, that's fine, because we've never had a Republican mayor. I'm an outsider. I am not part of the good old boy network. This is my good old boys as close as I come to right here.
You're screwed,
and I've sit at this table 2 times. That's how close of good old boys we are here.
Yeah.
I am not well connected to anybody. I don't have incubators and relationships that I have to depend on. We need to grow Gadsden from inside out. We don't need outsiders dictating what we do.
I will say this: there is no doubt you truly love the city of Gadsden.
I believe that for sure.
I love the people. The city's just a city. I've traveled the world. I've traveled the whole country.
And you're fond of Atala?
It's okay. It's okay.
There you go, Larry.
I get my mail there. I really. Hughes Avenue is close to the interstate. You truck drivers understand there has been many months that I'd be on the road and come by, get my mail, and then get back in the truck and head off to Houston or head to Virginia. You have no idea the hours and
that's a big road too. It's easy access with the big truck.
You got it exactly.
Yeah, absolutely,
it's easy.
No question.
Well, nuts. I can't deal with y'all. All right, so people. One question was, are you going to work with the chamber and the tourism board? How is that relationship?
256 Gadsden. We are going to promote Gadsden. Tourism, I don't know how well this board's done. I don't know what they're doing. Let's see some numbers they present. The Chamber of Commerce, I've never liked the Chamber of Commerce since 1980. I've never seen anything they've done. Heather News, been there for 10 years. How many businesses has Heather helped? Maybe she has.
I can't.
Are they doing more business because of her or less?
I have no idea.
Ledbetter's doing good. Twin City Auto. He's definitely doing good.
Proud sponsor.
And like him, yeah.
He'll get you a truck.
But no, I've never been a fan. Pay $250 a year to put a sticker on your door. No, I don't want stickers on my door anyway. I don't hate anybody. I don't even hate Heather. I mean, Heather is just. Brian does a word salad. Almost every video he does on the Facebook page, the new mayor of Gadsden, a word salad. That's my favorite part of his video. I mean, I try not to talk for 30 seconds and you don't know what I said. I definitely want to talk 5 minutes and you don't know what the topic was. I try to make things at least a little exciting. She reminds me of Hillary or Bill Clinton. How she could just talk and not really say any content. I'm not going to be that way as mayor. If I'm pissed off, you're going to know that I'm pissed off. If I'm happy, you're going to know I'm happy. And I'm happy 98% of the time. When I'm pissed off, you'll see that one day. And I'm not pissed. I'm more happy than I've ever been. This has been this has been a good election. Sure. People say how dirty this election's been. Oh, I've been accused of not living in Gadsden, not having shoes, don't have but 2 shirts. I've got 40 of these black shirts. I got 50 of these shorts. I wear shorts. I'm a truck driver. This is my truck driving uniform. Oh, I mean, some of these Democrats, they come unglued for just any little thing because they are opposed to this 10-point plan that is common sense, that can work, that can make Gadsden grow again, and they don't want a Republican taking credit for turning the city around when Democrats have ruled, and over-regulated this city for so many years. That's unity.
Can I get an amen?
Amen. I like that. Second?
Amen.
Okay, good.
I'll be saying amen.
You know what we're talking about. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Shell, tomorrow.
No.
I got to get to work, boys. We got to wrap this one up.
Michael will answer. He'll go back. If one thing about Michael Shell that I can say without certain, you will go back and engage in conversation with anybody.
Sure.
I may have to make another video to deal with the questions, but we will do it shortly.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I appreciate that. That's one thing that Jerry and I have talked about.
Yeah.
Michael Shell will not shy away from talking to anybody about anything.
Ever.
So,
256 Gadsden, call or text.
blow his phone up. Right there. Wait. It's down there. Paid political advertisements. Michael Shell, Gadsden 256. Gadsden. If you don't know how to spell Gadsden, there's a lot of residents in Gadsden and Etowah County don't even know how to spell it. They put a T in that mug.
You're getting ready to close. I just want to say thank you. I've said it already, but y'all have been very kind. Not just to me. You've been very kind to everybody, whether they've acknowledged it or not.
We try to be.
And you do a valuable service.
Hold on
You really do.
Let's stop this right for a second, because when my mayor sends me a message, Joe Taylor,
When a mayor speaks, we listen.
when my mayor speaks, right, it gets full.
You listen, that's for sure.
I listen to my mayor.
Welcome, Joe.
What is your take on Craig Ford? It's been all Heather in today's comments. Really not spoke about Craig. What's your take on Craig?
Is he independent or Republican? I don't remember.
Governmentally, on paper, he is independent.
Craig is a pretty good guy. Now, I've known Craig for a lot of years. I can sit with Craig Ford just as close as I am with y'all. Robert Avey there, Craig. In fact, we have many times. We can get along. Craig, in my humble opinion, is trying to rejuvenate his political career. He doesn't really care about being mayor. He wants to be governor. He wants to be something that has some status. Being a mayor is a servant. I mean, some people may think, oh, the mayor's really important. It is. It helps the direction of the city, what we get done, what we don't get done. Mm-hmm. But no, Craig has, I think he spent maybe $30,000, or been donations of around $30,000 in this race. Heather's at $60,000, Shell's at $10,000 of his own money, self-funded, short of the $1150 that I mentioned.
That's the question. He just answered it for you.
Okay.
They asked about all your thousands of signs. How'd you pay for them?
So I'm self-funded.
There you go.
Isn't these signs beautiful? we've gotten the message out. Luther Abel is the one that helped me with this sign. He said, make a yellow background because it's going to stand out. So I wished it was right out of my head, but Luther Abel told me to do
Dick,
that.
you never called us. He didn't call us back.
I talked to him on the phone.
He had court that day, and he could not make it.
He was
and,
busy.
Luther Abel, people know Luther, but Mayor, we appreciate you. I did not receive a check from you, and I don't know if anybody else in the campaign did. I hear that happened, but anyway, we still love you and appreciate you. We don't hate anybody. You know, when this election is over, when this election is over, I will be mayor of people that hated me, people that did not vote for me, did not support me, and I still want every one of them doing well, because people succeeding in life is not bad. It is good.
Amen.
That's unity.
I'm going to end this.
He keeps going back. I see you getting it, Jerry.
I'm gonna end this, my portion of this, by recognizing our sponsors. First of all, Mike, so thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate you. Happy to be here.
Always fun. So Joey Statham, Copperleaf Properties, 256-494-7544. Joey knows real estate. How about if you need an amazing big truck, go check out our friends at Twin City Auto. Their truck inventory is stupid good. Bobby Ledbetter does a great job. He likes to invest in our communities, some people more than others. And also thank you to Michael Shell, proud sponsor of Kapow. Look at that. He wants to make Gadsden grow again. Jeff?
That's it, Mike Shell. Thank you so much for checking us out and hanging out with us. 256 Gadsden. If you got any questions, he'll go back and look at this video. Don't think he won't. He'll answer your questions. If you want to call him and just talk a little bit further, you're on the fence. I don't know who I'm going to vote for, why I'm going to vote. Sell me. 256 Gadsden. He's got his Gadsden phone right here. He'll answer it for you. 256 Gadsden. Make Gadsden grow again. Michael Shell, thank you so much for being with us today. Stay close, stay clean, and I promise you, if you do that, Gadsden will be a whole lot better off.